Hi, welcome to Market Flow. I'm going to do an analysis on the market, and then I'm going to do an analysis on some stocks that I think are worthwhile looking at, and I'm going to share with you a few trading ideas at the end, so stick around. But as right now it goes, we broke support. As soon as it broke support, it came out to the 50 moving average. Because we close above the 50 moving average, the bulls will have a little bit of control on the market, and they can gonna try to get above 410. If they're rejected, then they're gonna come down all the way for 400. That's my target right here. If 400 does not hold, then the next target is 350. But I can expect having a pretty good bounce at this level right here. I feel that this is where the shorts are gonna cover, and the bulls are gonna step up, at least momentarily. Long term, if we break 400, we're gonna head all the way to 350. We're gonna get out of this trend channel right here. It's gonna be obvious, and then we're just gonna hit 350. Perhaps we're gonna stop here by the 200 moving average. And the reason why, and I want to share this with you, is I believe the market right now is following the trend from 2010. This was the bottom of the market. This was the rally. It took 1 year to get all the way to the top. This was March to April, 1 year, and then from there it had a correction. The correction was about 17, and right here there's one day in particular that as soon as it broke 50 moving average, which we may happen soon, it flashed all the way. It was a flash crash all the way to the target, which was like around 100 back in the day. I'm expecting that is going to happen as soon as we break the 50 moving average. When is that going to happen? Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day on Friday, who knows? But this is the move that I'm expecting right now in the market. So as you can see, it was oversold, and then as soon as it starts making lower lows, panic sell all the way to 100. 17% correction, move sideways from there, and it lasted all the way to August. So be aware, if you have calls right now, this can take quite a bit. So for the QQs, again, it broke 320. 320 was the part where the bulls were gonna stop, and they were gonna try to protect it. If the market break 320, that was going to be the signal that we're heading back to the 200 moving average, about 303. We may stop right here at 307, who knows? But we're getting back to this area right here. So that's what I see for the market. As far as right now goes, it's a little bit tough to see what's going to happen for tomorrow. If I go back here to QQ, the indicators look very oversold, so there could be a backtest to 320, and since the SPY closed above the 50 moving average, I can see them coming back and backtesting 320. And if they recapture 320, probably the 50 moving average will be another backtest again. I don't see them coming across 320. My target right now is about the 200 moving average, somewhere about 303, 306 for the QQs. So I think that's where we're going. However, because the SPY and the QQ short term, they're very oversold, I can see them trying to recapture a little bit, and especially since there's a lot of stocks that are already oversold quite a bit. Maybe some of the shorts are closed during the after hours, and then we start rallying a little bit before they start shorting the market again. If you see the SPY or the QQ closing below or getting rejected support, that would be a good opportunity to short. But if they don't, because the market is very oversold in the short term, bulls can take control and maybe push above support levels. So that is to be seen. So I think those are my thoughts. I'm bearish long term, but I can expect a little bounce tomorrow. That's what I see in the market. Let's go and review CLOV. And if you've seen my video on Clover, you know that I'm long on Clover. There's something that happened today, and it's worthwhile noticing that as the market was selling, Clover stayed sideways right here. When a stock is moving sideways like this, there is a buyer right here. So I feel that right now there's institution money coming in right now at Clover about more shares. But then at the same time, if I look at the big picture, Clover can come down all the way to 630. That was the last candle right here, and if it breaks, it can come down even more. But long term, I think it's a great stock, and I'm just gonna be buying it as it comes down. BYND, I think this one is going to be a good buy once the market stops crashing, and the reason why is because mid prices are gonna go to the roof. So I think mid it's gonna play a really good role about supplying with cheaper or better prices than mid. It broke support right here, and it's probably gonna continue flashing. I wouldn't, like, from here all the way till we reach the bottom of the market, I don't recommend going long. If you have any long positions, make sure that they are positions that you are okay adding on. Make sure that your positions that you're okay losing in the short term, and then eventually hopefully they bounce back. But this one is one that I want to buy as well. Fisker, I think they're gonna come out with a good car soon, and I want to buy about this level right here, 870. My concern with NIO and why I'm not going into NIO right now, it's because I think it's going to follow Tesla sell-off, and if it does, it's probably going to come all the way to 22, unfortunately, but that's, I think, what's going to happen. Yeah, so that's the next target if it does. TWLO, right now this one is a good short opportunity. The reason why, it's because it just broke support, it backtested it, so premium is not as high, and it has a pretty good target right here at 254, and then if it breaks that, is 213. I think Microsoft is just gonna come down to the 200 moving average, just like the market. AMD, if the market breaks like I think it's gonna do, it's gonna go all the way here to 60. I have puts on this one already, and they already are over 100%, and it hasn't really moved that much. So premium is going up pretty fast. Adobe, I think it's just gonna trade on this sideways. It's a good company. I don't expect it to do a sell-off more than right here. RKT, so if you notice, I noticed that there was a lot of bears. So RKT is one company to be careful if you are in it, because I want to show you this right here. All right, this one was pumped somewhere down here. It was pumped by the CEO, and when they did that, those guys sold $1.5 billion in shares. I don't know, I don't think this is a company worth investing, in my opinion. I don't feel it has good ethics. The CEO was pumping the market just so some of their colleagues can get out of the stock. I don't know, to me it feels like pretty dirty for any investor who went in. Net is the next trending idea. It's still holding highs, and I think that once it breaks this support right here, it's at the 200 moving average, is going to flash pretty quick. So if this is the first leg right here, the next leg is going to go right here at this level. So 44 right now, it's a pretty good trade right now. So if we are right here and we go all the way to 44, that's 36%, and this is gonna go fast. FUBO, it's another stock that I'm long in it. I took some profits yesterday. I had some calls, and I bought some puts to manage my risk, so I'm gonna stick around with it. I think this is something that can happen with Clover, guys, especially since this was a very shorted company, you can see the wedges right here, how it was getting smaller, it got out, and then it got pumped. So again, if you are in any of these stocks that have been already sold out quite a bit and you have a massive loss, I really feel that some of these stocks are gonna they're getting closer to their bottom, and they're getting very attractive even from long-term investors. So if I look at FUBO, and I was looking at it when I bought it at, okay, so if we look at FUBO and then we look at the most recent quarter, you see that there were a lot of people buying FUBO, quite a bit. So I think right now the prices are, and this is partially part of the reason why it's squeezed, is because institutions are thinking these prices are ridiculous and they're buying it. They're buying it heavily. Look at this, $21 million. Crazy amounts. Q1. So this was just recently. I see more inflow here that I see in CLOV. $21 million, $2 million, $1 million. Big numbers here. So $5 million right here. $24 million. This was in Q4 by BlackRock. If you have done your due diligence and you know they're really good companies, like real good companies like FUBO, and there are investors behind it, they're gonna bounce and they might hit their bottom anytime soon. Like this may be the bottom. This is what I was contemplating for FUBO, about this level. So anyway, I think this is it for today. Well, thank you for watching. Subscribe, share the channel, like the button. If you feel that you want me to go through different stock that is not in my list, consider put it in the comments below. I don't think I went through Tesla, but as you know, I mean, it found support right here at the 200 moving average. If we do have the flash crash, it's gonna go all the way to 400, so be aware of that. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.